I got a question for you. Let's say you were given the opportunity to be famous, but you had to agree to the terms, and one of the downsides of it was you no longer had a private life. Everywhere you went, you had cameras on you, recording you, taking pictures of you, and most of the times you're just not up for it. But you no longer have a say in who can record you and who can take pictures of you. Would you say yes to that? Like, so I was going down I guess a rabbit hole of celebrities having encounters with paparazzi, and from Zendaya to Justin Bieber, like you see how they feel about it, and like it's sad because they have no control over it. Like, you can politely ask people, "Hey, I'm with my family. We're trying to have a good time. We just want some time to ourselves. Can you respect that?" And they'll flat out tell you, "Nah, man, I'm doing my job. I can't. I can't just leave you alone." Like, that's crazy to me. Like, that's so crazy. How you don't have no private life. You don't, like, especially if you live in Los Angeles. Like, you can just throw that out the window. But my my thing is, how can you live like that? How can you live and never have, like, the only time that you have to yourself is when you're in your own home. But you can't go and take a walk through the park. You can't go and sit at a park. You can't go to the grocery store. You can't go to Starbucks. You can't even walk your dog and let your dog go poo go poo and go pee and pick it up without somebody recording you. Look, there's an article. It's from Pop Sugar, and it's Zendaya, and she talks about the downside of fame. And here she says that, look, she says everybody would go hang out at a bar or something, and I'd be like, I love to, but I think I could ruin everybody's night because it's not going to be fun once I get there. She remembered that she recently ran to a store to get a pillow and was photographed by customers. Look, her response, I was just like, why? You see, I'm flustered. She said, and during a recent trip to Italy, she thought she'd get on a leisure walk with her dog, only to be photographed again. She said, look, she said, I had to pick up his poo, and I was like, Lord, please don't take a picture of me picking up my dog crap, my dog's crap. She said, there's a picture of me holding the bag, but thankfully they spared the grabbing and putting it in the bag part. That, man, for those of you who've been watching my videos, I've shared that I'm a dad of four, and Monday through Friday, like, I go to work, and sometimes I'm working 8 hour shifts, sometimes it's 12 hour shifts. And when I get home, like, I just want to be with my family. And on my days off, I just want to be with my family. Like, I can't even imagine walking outside of my home and people are waiting for me, and they're taking pictures of me, they're taking pictures of my kids, taking pictures of my wife. We're not even dressed up, or my wife doesn't have makeup on, my kid's hair is messy, and there's no sparing that. It's everybody just is there, and they're asking me questions, and they're asking my wife questions, and they're touching my kids, and they're holding me back from getting to my car, or they're standing in front of my car. That's crazy to me.
Bro, I gotta record you, Justin. It's my job, man. I just have to do it. I'm a man, Justin. Whether it's me filming you or anyone around the world, you're gonna.
I know, but here's the thing, there's a way, right? There's a way you gotta do it, but the job already doesn't have integrity, so if you want to do your job, at least do what's integrity to be like, okay, I got the shot, now I'm gonna give them some respect because they respected me.
What was wrong with that? Look, you got the shot. You got what you needed. You're doing your job. I get that. You got your shot. Like, it doesn't take long for you to record somebody, and there's nothing interesting recording somebody walking down the street or having lunch with their spouse. So you got the shot. Can you leave me be? Like, can we enjoy ourselves now without you hovering over us and being in our midst and making us feel very uncomfortable? What was wrong with asking that? And look, check out this guy's response.
You say to the girls in New York that tried to jump out and get your picture and you wouldn't do it. Like, what do you say about that? Because those girls had integrity and those girls were asking you real nicely. They loved you and you slammed the door in their face.
Hi, how are you? Good.
Bro just completely disregarded his request and then proceeded to reach for something to try to get Justin Bieber to react. Like, that's crazy. And it makes me think about, like, I made a video about Doja Cat, and we all know what she's been doing, the kind of stuff that she's been putting out on her social media. She just 500,000 of her fans recently unfollowed her off of Instagram. And when artists do things like that, and it seems like they're acting out of character or they're acting out of a place where they just don't care anymore. It makes me think about, like, what if this is the reason why? Like, you guys don't respect me, you don't respect my wishes, you don't give me my privacy, you don't give me my space. So why not just do whatever I want? And who cares? Like, you're gonna talk about me anyways. You're gonna talk about me whether I don't do any of this wild stuff. You're gonna talk about me when I do all this wild stuff. So at the end of the day, I don't care. I'm gonna do whatever I want, put out whatever I want, and here, you guys want something to talk about? Talk about this and keep talking about it, because now you're just gonna make me more money. You're gonna make me bigger. Like, yeah, like, I mean, I don't know. Maybe. Maybe. Check this out.
Check
with
this out with Tobey Maguire.
Tobey
Tobey
Maguire's
Maguire's
paparazzi rage. Hold on.
Hold on.
Let me try to rewind this back.
Rewind this back.
There we go.
There we go.
Let him go. He can't see. We got you blocked.
We got you blocked. He can't even see. Like, he's trying to drive forward, and he's like, "Yo, I can't see. Can you guys please move so I don't hit something or somebody?"
Go. You can't see. You can't block him in, guys. It's against the law. No. You guys need to back up. I can't see the car.
You guys back up. I can't see the car. Like, okay, I get it. I get that you're famous. This is what comes with fame. Like, you're a famous person. Like, I guess you're an essential person to America or whatever your nation is. You're important, and people want to see you. People, I don't. He loses it. What do you expect to happen? Like, these people work, and they're normal people. They have emotions. They work nonstop. Some of them work like maniacs probably, and they go through things. They're going through life. You know, they got to deal with their humanity, and like, I deal with my humanity. I don't have a camera in front of me, so you don't see the stuff that I'm dealing with, the stuff that I've dealt with. You don't see none of that. You don't see stuff you don't see my struggles. Y'all see none of that. But celebrities like Justin Bieber, like Zendaya, like Tobey Maguire, you see everything. You see, so when they're acting out of their humanity and they're pissed off, that's being captured and it's being published and released on many different platforms for people to see and people to share their opinions. And that's sad. It's sad because you don't have a private life anymore. I think that's enough to drive somebody crazy. What do you think? I think that sucks. As a Christian man, like obviously I'm an artist. I make music. Um, I'm doing these videos. In order for me to like, if I became famous and it became like wild like that to where I no longer had a private life, I think I would spend my days asking God for wisdom on, Lord, how can I navigate through all of this stuff? How can I maintain a private life? And I think about Jesus. Like, think if Jesus was walking this earth right now, presently here with us, physically in bodily form, I think it would be like that for him. Like, he would be the most famous person walking this planet currently. More famous than Jay-Z, more famous than Taylor Swift, more famous than Rihanna or Beyonce or Adele, more famous than a Doja Cat. Like he'd have paparazzi everywhere he went, trying to looking at the stuff that he's doing with the church, casting out demons, performing miracles, healing people who are blind, people who are lame, who can't walk, who are crippled. He's healing them so now they can walk again. He's restoring people's lives. Like that would be caught on many different cameras. And like even back in the day when Jesus was walking, check it out. In Matthew chapter 14, verse 13, Jesus feeds the 5,000. Look, it says, when Jesus heard what had happened, he withdrew by boat privately to a solitary place. Hearing of this, the crowds followed him on foot from the towns. Jesus had paparazzi on him. When Jesus landed and saw a large crowd, he had compassion on them and he healed their sick. Oh, okay. So, can you imagine Jesus having paparazzi all around him, people with cameras, and he's looking at them and he's like, how can I serve them? How can I meet their needs? I'm sure every single one of these people have something going on in their lives that they need help with. How can I help them? He saw the large crowd and he had compassion on them and healed their sick. So he didn't run away from the crowds. He didn't address the crowds. He just, hey, let me meet their needs. Since you guys are here, I might as well try to bless you guys and do something great for you. Since you're here, I mean, who else are you here for? As evening approached, the disciples came to him and said, this is a remote place, and it's already getting late. Send the crowds away so they can go to the villages and buy themselves some food. Jesus replied, they do not need to go away. You give them something to eat. The people are here for something. Give them what they need. Give them what they want. Are they hungry? Feed them. We have here only 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish, they answered. Bring them here to me, he said. He directed the people to sit down on the grass, taking the 5 loaves and the 2 fish, and looking up to heaven, he gave thanks and broke the loaves. Then he gave them to the disciples, and the disciples gave them to the people. They all ate and were satisfied. And the disciples picked up 12 basketfuls of broken pieces that were left over. The number of those who ate was about 5,000 men, besides women and children. Wow. Verse 22, immediately Jesus made the disciples get into the boat and go on ahead of him to the other side. While he dismissed the crowd, after he had dismissed them, he went up on a mountainside by himself to pray. Later that night, he was there alone, and the boat was already a considerable distance from land, buffeted by the waves because the wind was against it. So I think about Jesus. I think about how he would respond to having so many people around him and not having a private life, not being able to not. I mean, I guess I guess it comes down to understanding like you're famous, and now that you're famous, you have all this attention. What are you doing with it? Like, what is the purpose of you being famous? What is the purpose of you having so much popularity? What are you gonna do with all that influence? Because essentially, when you have cameras and people taking pictures of you and recording you, you're influencing. You're influencing. Me as a Christian man, if I became famous, what am I doing with that now? How can I use this fame to add value to other people? You get what I'm saying? And then how can I navigate? How can I God give me wisdom to help me navigate through this and help me set up my life to where I can go to the grocery store and people not approach me. But if they do approach me, maybe they have a need that needs to be met. Like maybe it goes beyond you just wanting to have a picture with me. You just wanting to post a picture with me on social media. Maybe it goes beyond that. Hey, how are you doing? How's your soul? How's your mentality? Where's your mind at? How are you feeling? How's life treating you? Like if Jesus did it, I'm sure he did it every day since he started his ministry. I mean, what is the point of being famous?